Hi, friend. Are you one of the many people who, by the end of a busy day or even not that busy day, find that your dogs are really barking? And I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about her. Well, if you can relate, then I've got you, my friend. Throughout my 20 plus years of doing and teaching Pilates, I've discovered some exercises that have really helped my chronically sore feet. And in this video, I'm going to show you one of my very favorites. The exercise is called foot rolling. Now, I love foot rolling because it's simple, it's incredibly effective, and you can do it practically anywhere, even while you're sitting at your desk at work. Now, to do foot rolling, the only thing you need is a ball to roll on, and I like either tennis balls or a type of a fitness ball called FranklinTextured balls. I'll say a little more about these later, and I'll include a link to buy them on Amazon in the show notes. They're about $30. But my favorite, honestly, are tennis balls. So let's start with those. So to start foot rolling, I'm going to place the ball on the floor and I'm going to put it right under the ball of one of my feet. I'm going to start with my right foot. I like to be seated, although you can do this standing. I'll say a little more about that later. And I'm placing the ball of my foot right over the tennis ball. I'm leaning forward and I'm just gently pressing down a few times on the ball. And this activates some muscles in the foot and the leg, but it also just starts to give me that feeling of opening the tissue of my feet, the muscles of my feet over the tennis ball. I'm just going to press down and up a few times, leaning forward, getting the feeling of how I can adjust the pressure that I apply by whether I'm leaning forward or leaning back. Do just a few more of these, and then I'm going to move the ball over to the outside edge of my foot, so it's right under my little toe. I would say the more the ball of the foot, right near the pinky. And then I'm pressing down slightly, I'm leaning forward, and I'm going to roll the foot forward and back, and forward and back, and forward and back. You can do this as many times as you like. I like to do between 5 and 10. And you can, if you find a particularly tight spot, you can kind of dial in there a little bit more. Maybe 2 more reps. And then we're going to move the ball to the midline of the foot. So now I've got my foot right in the middle of the ball of the foot. I'm just maybe reestablishing my leaning forward position. And I'm bringing the foot forward over the ball and back. And forward and back. And this really should feel good. It should feel like it's massaging the tight muscles and the tissue of the feet. In this midline, I like to go a little bit longer because I have a little better balance. So I'm going a little bit more into the toe and a little bit more to the heel. Maybe I'll do one more here. And then I'm going to go to the inner line. So now I've got the ball right under near the big toe, under that buniony area if you have one. And I'm just going to massage the inner arch all the way back to the heel and then back to the ball of the foot. And the inner arch tends to be, I think, one of the more tight spots for most people. I'm just going, whoa, lost my ball there. Just going to go a few more times. And then you can also do these standing, which I'm going to demonstrate in a minute. You can do this whole series standing. It's a little bit more pressure, but if you can stand in, by all means. But I'm going to show you the next exercise. I'm just going to step back a bit, maybe adjust my frame. So now I've come to standing. I had to adjust my camera a little bit to accommodate my 6 foot tall frame here. but I've got the heel of my foot on the floor and the ball of the foot over the tennis ball again. And I'm holding on for balance. And I'm just gonna bring my foot, rotate my big toe towards the floor and then my pinky toe towards the floor. So I'm just massaging the inside and the outside of the foot. I'm just rotating the foot back and forth. It's also bringing some nice movement to the ankle, and I'm really feeling this right around the bunion area. It feels so good. And a key point here is to play around with the pressure and figure out what's right for you. Obviously, seated is going to be a little more gentle, and standing, and leaning forward is going to be a little bit more intense. And another thing, I mentioned the Franklin balls. These are a type of ball that I like to use in body rolling exercise, and they have a little bit of give, a little more give than a tennis ball, and they also have some really nice texture. So if the tennis ball feels a little too intense, I do recommend them. They're about $30 for a pair on Amazon. I'll include a link in the description. And the other thing to note is they do come uninflated, so you have to blow them up yourself with like a little one of those basketball needles. Okay, so now I'm going to come to my favorite foot rolling exercise, and it's literally just placing the ball under the arch of the foot, and I'm going to stand. I'm holding on to the side of a dining chair for balance, and I'm going to bring all of my body weight into the side that's on the tennis ball, and I'm just going to let that arch open and stretch. And take a few breaths here. I'm going to slide the foot back a little bit so I can massage a little different part of the arch. Ooh, this feels intense. I'm going to take another breath here, and then I'm going to do the same series on the other side. So that's it for the foot rolling exercises. I hope that they bring you some relief and help revive your feet. Now, we recommend you do this same series on your other side, and don't be alarmed if you notice that one side feels very different from the other. If you have any feedback, please, I'd love to hear them. Please leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching.